NASCAR Xfinity Series race officially concluded from Iowa Speedway, and we see some controversial calls, some controversial moments, and Sam Mayer coming off the corner and picking up Ford's first win of 2025 and his first win of 2025 as well. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Iowa Speedway, the Hy-Vee Perks 250. We had quite a bit to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. Before jumping into the results and talking about the top storylines from the race, we're going to start by talking about the horrible and dang stupid officiating that we saw in this race. So let's go to the end of this event. So obviously there was a caution that came out around 45 laps ago in the race for Daniel Dye, who had gotten into the outside wall and basically had demolished a car. They're about to have green flag pit stops at that point. You have Ross Chastain leading the race, Taylor Gray in second, and then of course Connor Zilisch was third. Going on there, the race would continue on. Caution comes out there. Everyone comes down pit road. Taylor Gray has a terrible pit stop. Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier, they take two tires and come off pit road with the race lead, as they had come down pit road under the previous caution to try to basically see if they can make it to the end of the race. We got back racing with around 40 laps to go in the event with Brandon Jones and Justin Allgaier on the front row. Both got decent restarts, and they fell back a little bit, and Jesse Love and Sam Mayer got really good runs, and they would go side by side and get by them. But going into turn number one, Connor Zilisch, who had already been a little frustrated on the radio earlier today, would unfortunately make a little bit of a mistake going into turn number one, slid up the racetrack a little bit, and got into Justin Allgaier and Ross Chastain. Justin Allgaier ends up spinning out, and Ross Chastain moves up the racetrack quite a bit, and unfortunately, Ross gets a little bit of damage on his car. I saw a lot of people going after Connor Zilisch for this incident. I gotta say, yes, Connor Zilisch 100% made a mistake right there. There's no denying that. There's no question on that front. But to me, that's just a simple racing mistake. And we also got to remember this as well. Yes, Connor Zilisch has been having a very, very good season so far this year with 5 wins. But he's also a rookie still. He's still going to make rookie mistakes on the racetrack. And I know he didn't do that intentionally in any way, shape, or form. We saw drivers doing that throughout the day. Corey Day made that same mistake earlier in the race going into turn number 3. It was just a simple mistake by Connor Zilisch. Yes, it's 100% his fault. There's no question on that front. But I absolutely do believe that was unintentional and not something I think he should be completely crucified for. I get that people are going to call him out for it, but remember, he is a rookie. He made a simple mistake. I feel for Justin Allgaier, though, and Justin Allgaier has a right to be frustrated, though, because that's 2 weeks in a row where Justin Allgaier was in position, though I will say Justin Allgaier today did not have a really, really good car, all things considered. He really struggled and only got up there because of track position. One of the worst races that Justin Allgaier has had so far this year when it comes to performance. Then we got back racing once again, and he once again had Jesse Love and Sam Mayer on the front row, and both battled really hard for the race lead, and Ross Chastain would be up front as well. Coming into turn number 1, there would be an issue where Matt DiBenedetto will get in the back of Corey Day, and the car would completely be destroyed. The front is completely caved in, the radiator's got a lot of damage, and there's clearly oil on the racetrack. You would think the NASCAR would instantly throw the caution, right? Nope. They wait a full lap, they go around the racetrack completely, and they don't throw the caution until Ross Chastain goes up the racetrack, Jesse Love gets in the oil, Sam Mayer gets the lead, and Brandon Jones ends up spinning out, and we throw the caution, and we run our caution for 10 laps instead of red flagging the event and doing that. NASCAR, what are we doing? Why are we doing here? Why in the world did it take you guys so long to throw the caution? That, in my opinion, should have instantly been a caution. If you're seeing smoke on the racetrack, if you're seeing oil come out of the car, why are we not throwing the caution quicker? What are we doing here? Like, what is the goal here? What are you guys doing? God, racing control, and I've had issues with race control for the last couple of years since David Hoots retired many, many years ago. But good Lord, today, some of the officiating calls were absolutely ridiculous. You had a guy up on the racetrack who was clearly slow on the racetrack as parts coming off the car earlier, that being Mason Massey, and we don't throw the caution. And then we throw other cautions throughout the race. Meanwhile, later in the event, Sam Mayer gets the lead back, gets by Jesse Love, has the race lead. On the white flag of the event, they go ahead and throw the caution for a guy, single car spin, down the back straightaway that's completely off the racetrack. No one's going to run in him. They throw the caution instantly for that. But you're telling me that you had to wait a full lap to throw the caution? Are you serious, NASCAR? Jesus Christ, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that was freaking stupid. I don't understand how race control just lets this stuff happen. It's unacceptable. It's absolutely ridiculous that we had that happen today. It is no reason why they should have waited that long to throw the caution. And it's just completely nonsense. And then they wait 10 extra laps to basically go ahead and run under caution. They should have basically red flagged it to clean up the oil, but I guess they wanted to get it done and get it out as quick as possible. Just frustrates me from all the debacles we saw, like the situation in Chicago with Cody Ware and all that. I can't understand what we are doing here. Like, what are we doing? We need to get it together, race control, because this is not the first time you guys have screwed up. And I praise race control and the officiating for making the right call on Austin Hill at the moment, the 5-lap penalty. I think he should have been parked last week, and some of the other stuff as well. But this is a step backwards. And again, this has been a problem I've had with race control for the last couple years. And I just think it's stupid that we didn't throw the caution as quick as we did. Because it ruined Ross Chastain's chance to win. And it ruined a couple other guys' opportunities to pick up the win and victory. So that was that race in control. Now let's go to the winner of the race, and that being Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer picks up his first win of 2025. He had an adventurous day today. Sam Mayer basically overshot his pit box and lost a ton of positions on pit road. But when all the chaos started happening with the junior motorsports cars among the other guys up in the front, basically Sam Mayer was able to take advantage of it and get the win. This is Ford's first win of 2025, and Sam Mayer's second straight win at Iowa. We all kind of thought Sam Mayer was going to be a factor. His car was really good early in the race, but pit stops kind of hurt him throughout the day, but he overcame all that and gets his first win. I think it's a well-earned win. I guess some people are probably going to be frustrated with Sam Mayer winning the race. I'm really not frustrated about that. Sam Mayer gets it done. He did what he had to do. He was in the right position all day, gets a well-earned win. First win for the Fords this year. This 41 car's had a lot of speed compared to his teammate Sheldon Creed. Justin hasn't had the finishes to show for it all day. So a great day for Sam Mayer. Congratulations to him on picking up his first win of the season, and I believe his 8th career Xfinity Series win as well. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the race results. I'll get my score and thoughts on today's race. So Sam Mayer picks up the win. Jesse Love finishes second. He forced Connor Zilisch up the racetrack a little bit at the end, but he still comes home with a runner finish in second. His car was really good early. Then he faded back quite a bit, but then he got that car better. Played the strategy as well. Had a really solid day. Finished inside the top 5. He was really good in practice. Thought he'd be a lot better throughout the day, but today was still a really good run for Jesse Love. He finished second. Great run for him. Ross Chastain finished third. Ross Chastain had one of the best cars in the field. I think he had one of the 2 or 3 best cars in this field today. Unfortunately, doesn't get the win. Unfortunately, led the most laps. Led 120 of the 250. Looked like he was become the third Trackhouse driver, to go to Vic Lane. Remember that Shane Van Gisbergen, Daniel Suarez have won so far this year in that car. A disappointing ending to what was a great day for Ross Chastain. Hope he use that momentum, though, in the Cup race tomorrow. He finishes third. Connor Zilisch finished fourth. Connor Zilisch had an adventurous day. Unfortunately, his win streak is sadly over. Still a really good day for Connor, but he did have a very adventurous day. Connor dominated this race early. I think he had the fastest car in this race, but unfortunately, the pit crew, he had to come back down pit road after stage 1 because he didn't get the wheel tight on the car. He was unfortunately frustrated on the radio, which is something we haven't really seen too much, kind of calling out Parker Retzlaff a little bit. Then he made that mistake in Justin Allgaier. Again, he's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes like that, but still, nonetheless, a solid day. And by the way, he will be the points leader after today, pending post-race inspection. So while Connor Zilisch is probably disappointed he doesn't get the win, that's still his 10th consecutive top 5 finish, and I think his 9th top 4 finish in the last 5 races. Still a really good day, all things considered, and is a regular season points leader. Harrison Burton finished 5th. Want to give him a shout out today. Did a really, really good job. One of the best races I think AM Racing has done. Of course, he's done a lot better than Haley Deegan this season so far, which we kind of expected going into the year. But Harrison's been doing a really good job. Was in the top 3 at the end of this event. Put together a really strong performance. Got a lot of stage points as well. Was a really good day for Harrison. He finishes in 5th. Carson Osbar finished 6th. Obviously, earlier this week, it was announced that Josh Williams will not be back in that car for the remainder of this season. So Carson Osbar took over for this week. It's still unknown who's going to be in that car for the remainder of the season. But Carson put together a really good performance today. They played some strategy as well. The car was really good on the short run, but they faded back a little bit on the longer run. And he also didn't have the best pit stops today. But it was a really good run for Carson in the substitution role. That guy can drive a race car. He finishes 6th. Sheldon Creed finished 7th. Ran around 5th to 10th most of the day. Had some decent speed. They definitely got that car better as the day progressed and went on. Showed some solid stuff today. He finished 7th. Ryan Sieg finished 8th. He spun out early in this race, got into Austin Dillon early in the event. They spun out lap number 2 of the event. He recovered, though, to get a top 10. Solid finish for Ryan Sieg. Carson Call finished 9th. He ran 5th to 10th most of the day. Had a solid car, but not a great car today. But it was a decent day for him nonetheless. In the same car that Sam Mayer won with last year. Good run for him. He finished 9th. And Christian Eckes finished 10th. Decent speed today, not great speed, but a solid top 10 run. Good run for him in 10th. Williams Walsh finished 11th. Williams Walsh continues to improve this season. He was up front early in the event, but he got faded back a little bit. I think the oil was a big factor because he legitimately had a top 5 car a majority of this event. Faded back a little bit though as the race went on, but today it was a solid run for William once again. He finishes in 11th. Justin Bonzendorf finished 12th. Want to give him a shout out real quick. He did a solid job today. Ran inside the top 10, especially at points in this race. Moved throughout the field early in the day. Qualified decently. Best run he's had so far this year. So good to see him finish inside the top 15. He finished 12th. Parker Redside finished 13th. Good to see Parker have a turnaround run. I think that's back-to-back top 15 finishes for him. So a solid day for Parker. He had generally had one of his better races of the year so far. Good to see him have a good run. He finished 13th. Austin Dillon finished 14th. Decent recovery. They got damage on that car early from the Ryan Sieg spin, and they never really recovered from it. They qualified really well, but they got damage on the car. They get a solid top 15 finish, though, so not a bad day, all things considered. Of course, taking over for Austin Hill, who was suspended this week. He'll be back next week when we go to Watkins Glen. Sammy Smith finished 15th. They tried to play a little bit of strategy. It didn't really work out in their favor. He finished in the middle of the pack. Justin Allgaier finished 16th. They really struggled all day, but that incident that happened on track just cost them a really, really good finish today, and tires really didn't matter throughout the day. Allgaier does get a top 20 finish, showing 16th, so not bad, but not a great day for Justin Allgaier, just a little bit off in performance. Taylor Gray finished 17th. I feel for Taylor Gray. He had a really good car today. I think his car was really good, especially on the long run, but unfortunately that pit stop cost him a shot, an opportunity to go for the win. Disappointing ending to what was a really good run for Taylor Gray. Kyle Seek finished 18th. Nick Sanchez, who struggled a lot today, finishes 19th. And Brennan Poole finishes in 20th. Josh Blicky finished in 21st. Jeremy Clements finished in 22nd. Brandon Jones, who had a really good car today, was up front a lot of this race. Unfortunately, got screwed over by the terrible officiating. He finished 23rd. Corey Day finished 24th. Unfortunately, spun out and got in some incidents throughout the day. Was up front early, but that car just never was really great all day. He finished 24th. Ryan Ellis finished 25th. Anthony Alfredo finished 26th. 27 for Joey Gase, because top 30, not terrible for him. And that King of the Hill sponsorship. Blaine Perkins finished 28th. Jeb Byrne, who struggled all day long in that car, was terrible throughout the weekend. He finished 29th. And Patrick Emerling finishes in 30th. Dean Thompson finished 31st after the flat tire. Thomason Uzieta finished 32nd. Garrett Smithley finished 33rd. Tyler Tomasi finished 34th. Matt DiBenedetto, who caused the oil on the racetrack after running in the back, after running pretty well today, he finished 35th. Daniel Dye finished in 36th after crashing out. Mason Massey finished 37th. And finishing last in 38th is Dawson Cram. So now let's talk about the overall race as a whole, and I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. Before the really bad officiating call, I probably would have given this race probably about a 7 out of 10. I think it was an okay race today. There was decent racing throughout the field, but tires really did not matter throughout the day. It was definitely really, really difficult to pass, and there were some struggles for sure throughout the day. And there wasn't that really good speed and just the fun moments of the race that I think we're looking for. I would probably give this race a 7 out of 10. But because of the officiating and the terrible officiating call, my score is going to drop for today's race, probably down to the 5.5 to 6 range. That's probably what I'm going to give this race, unfortunately. It just wasn't that great of a race, to be honest, to begin with. Very difficult to pass throughout the day. My score of today's race is going to be between a 5.5 and a 6 out of 10 for today's race. So, that is going to be for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Iowa Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Notifications on so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's race. Your thoughts on today's race, let me know below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And congratulate Sam Mayer on picking up the win. And your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the starting lineup video for the NASCAR Cup Series race at Iowa, the Iowa Corn 350. We'll also have the Cup review for the Iowa Corn 350 as well. And if SBG has a great run, we'll talk about his performance as well. Then on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. Talk about Will Brown joining up with College Racing, it sounds like. We'll talk about Legacy Motor Club and Haas Factory Team potentially having a merger, perhaps. And some other news that happened over the weekend as well. We also going to talk about people in Haley Deegan, Shane Gisberg, and Collards, Kurt Busch College Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Corey Day, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Cletus Navarro, Dodge Ram, all the good stuff we'll be talking about on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.